Welcome everybody to another episode of In My Opinion. It's your boy King Van speaking. Just in case you didn't know, now you do. Um, this video I want to talk about both men and women that are in the streets. Particularly, I want to say like the late 20s, early 30s, but I'm just gonna make it general and just say anybody with kids, anybody that's in the streets that got kids. And when I say in the streets, I don't mean just the regular, hustlers or whatever, but the actual gang members, people that's, gang, everybody that's out there, banging, whether you flagging or whether you not flagging, but you out there with it, you know what I mean? You out there representing, whatever you rep. My concern with that is a lot of y'all are out here banging. You all got enemies or ops, and you a target, and you have your child. Like a lot of y'all travel with your child. And if you're gonna be in the streets like that, if you're gonna make yourself a target and you out here trying to get a name for yourself rather than just being a regular street person, you want the fame that come with it, not necessarily the fortune, but you want the fame that come with it of having a name in these streets. And that paints a target on your back. And then you out here freely with your child. And what makes me even want to talk about this is it's just something that's been going on for a while, but a few nights ago, I should say, I had went and got me and my wife and my son something to eat. And I went to this little restaurant. It's like a good, 10, 15 minutes away from the crib. And I walk in, it's a stud woman and she with this dude. They got his daughter in his arm. And, I'm behind them in the line. They already in line ordering their food. And I'm behind them in the line. And, you standing behind somebody, you just, kind of just look, you know what I mean? You kind of like scoping. So I'm kind of looking at, what she got on. I'm looking at what he got on. And I noticed he got a red bandana tied around his right leg. Now, down here in Houston, they do have some Chicago gangsters down here as well. But I know down here in Houston, is more Bloods and Crips down here. At least from what I've seen. Now, I know about the other gangs down here because I know a few people personally that's part of those gangs, but I know they're bigger with the Bloods and the Crips, to my knowledge. And if you know anything about Bloods, then they bang out the right side. And he had his bandana tied around his right leg. And I'm it's kind of contradicting myself, but I'm hoping he bangs, because if he don't bang, I'm gonna even take that rag off from around his leg, because had I been a Crip nigga and I come in there and I see what he got on, I start tripping, he got his daughter with him, anything could have happened. And that's really the point of the video that I'm making. So I'm hoping he banging. Like I don't want people to put their life in danger for something that they're not doing. I'd rather that be what you're doing, and that's why you're in danger. There's nothing more sad than like the average everyday Joe, just neutral person, and they get caught up in BS because somebody thought they was doing something, or you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. So I'm hoping he was banging. But if he was, my thing to that is, why do you have your daughter with you and you dress like that? If I'm in the street and I'm banging, no matter what I'm banging, I don't care what gang it is, whether I bang out the left or the right or whatever I'm doing, I'm not doing anything to draw attention to myself. I'm not doing anything to mark myself as that if I have my child with me. The only way you would know what I am is if you just happen to know me, whether we on the same side or we each other's ops. That's the only way you're going to know who and what I am. Other than that, if you don't know me and you just walking around, you don't know what I got going on, especially if my child is with me. I don't get and understand people who live that type of life and travel freely with their kid. Like, it's not people out here that's willing to blow you down with your kids standing there. There's been plenty of times where kids have took the bullet just because somebody was trying to get to their father or their mother, and the child ended up taking the bullet. And even if they do hit their target, they still end up hitting the child. And if you don't hit the child, you just put your child in a situation to where they're traumatized. They just seen you get killed. Or they had somebody shooting at them. That traumatizes a kid. Like, People don't know what it was. People don't know what it's like as a kid to get shot at, whether it's on purpose or or you just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. A lot of people don't experience that. Personally, I have. That might be a story I put. I did start a story time videos that I might be doing. I did one already, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. About the first time I did school. Well, not the first time I did school, but the first time I did school in high school with some new friends, and we went to go smoke weed, and some other stuff went down, some other stuff happened. But not to get off, not to get off what I was talking about, but a lot of people do those things, and then they wonder why their kid get hit, and this, that, and the third, and don't nobody be knowing what's going on. So it's almost like you don't have no respect for your child's life. You know what I mean? Like, anything can happen. If you're in that life, you know that about that. You know at any given moment it can go down. Why would you want your child there, of all people? If you with the homies, that's one thing. If you by yourself, that's one thing. But when your child is with you, your child is innocent, don't know nothing about nothing. And all these people out there that got their kids with them, and then you trying to teach them the game, bruh, you just, y'all some clowns, man. Y'all some real clowns, man. Like, for real, because you know what this life brings. Why would you want that for your child? All the real old heads that I know, all the ones that I've spoken to, all the ones that I know personally, that I keep in contact with every, once in a while, every blue moon or so, would tell you they don't want their own kids in this. They don't have their own kids in this. Now, some people, kids like to live off the name of the father, and if you live where I live, you know exactly who fit that bill. But I ain't gonna say no names, whatever, But whatever. They grow and try to live off the name of their father or live off the name of their mother or whatever family member had the name that people, whatever name that ring bells, they try to live off that name if they have some type of connection or relation to that name. But that's not something that you should want for them. You always want better than you should always want better for your kids than what you went through and what you had going on. So, looking at that, I started to approach the dude about it because he looked like he was a young dude, but he looked like he would be, approachable about that type of situation. But then I thought, you know what? I don't know this nigga. He don't know me. I don't want him to take it, I don't want him to take it the wrong way. Now, if he was somebody I knew, I definitely would have been like, hey, bro, what you doing, man? With your kid, bro, take that off. But, everybody don't perceive information the same way. Everybody don't intake info the same. So he might been, he might looked at me like, bro, you don't even know me, dog. You know what I mean? Like, he probably would have had that standoffish, I ain't trying to do all that, especially with this kid, though, because I'm going to feel obligated to just let it go. You know what I mean? I might just back down, like, all right, you got it, bro. Only because he got his daughter. Now, if it's just him, then it's whatever. Hey, man, look, bro, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Just trying to give you game, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But, whatever you want to do, I'm with it. It is what it is at this point. But not when you got your child, bro. Like I say, anything could have popped off. Some Crip niggas could have walked in there. And, not to say if I was a Crip nigga walking there, but let's just say a gang of Crip niggas walking there, right? They got issues. Some shit pop off. I'm in there. What or something, you know what I mean? You got innocent bystanders in this place. Shit pop off, and the way things been going on, every day people get shot. You know what I mean? Every day people get shot. Every day. You know what I mean? The famous line, people get shot every day, B. You know what I mean? So anything can happen. And I just don't get why people feel so comfortable moving around with their kids, promoting. You're pretty much self-promoting what you are when you dress like that. I've seen Crips down here do the same thing. Got their little blue bandanas off to the left side, this, that, and third, and they walking with a gang of kids, and it's like, fam, those kids might not even be bangers. Dude might just happen to be walking past them, but it looks like he's walking with them. And if another gang decide that they just want to up it on them and they don't care. They think the whole crew, they think the whole little group might be Crips. You don't know what somebody is thinking. I just wish more and more people take accountability and just really think on what the choices that you make. Really think about that. Don't ride around with your kid when you know you in them type of situations. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you don't want to leave your kid in the car. Maybe, she looked like she was asleep. So, but then again, you can't leave your kids in the car these days. People, all type of things can happen. I get that. But if you got your kid with you, man, don't advertise what you are. Just be you. Just be you. You still a blood without your rag around your leg, bro. But when you walk up in that place, in that restaurant or in that mall or in the gas station or wherever you walking into, if you're not advertising it like that, won't nobody know. Again, nobody would know unless you just known like that. And if you known like that, you really ain't got to advertise it. But I wouldn't want to advertise that when I have my child with me. Like I say, anything can happen. People need to start thinking. Because the moment you lose your child, then you're gonna be, you know what I mean? You're gonna be messed up behind that. You're gonna really feel that one. I know I would feel that one. I would definitely feel that one if anything happened to any one of my boys. Like, I wouldn't know how I would react to that. So people gotta understand, man. It's ways of moving. You gotta know how to move. You gotta quit the banging with your kids, man. Matter of fact, quit advertising it, period. Like, honestly, I didn't want this to turn into a 2-topic video, but I can see I'm taking it there. But I also want to speak on just people going to social media, period. At some point, we got to stop. And I think I talked about this before, which is crazy. But at some point, you got to stop. Stop running the social media with everything, man. That really lets me know that y'all not really... It's two things. Y'all either self-snitching or y'all really just not about that life to the point where you going to throw it out there just so it won't happen. Just so nothing will happen because you making it known you got a problem with this person. And this social media clout stuff just got to stop. Like, people is dying behind trying to have some social media clout. It got to end. It got to end. People beefing online for what? For what? Y'all went from following each other on social... No, first of all, y'all went from having each other's phone numbers to calling each other and texting each other death threats. Then it went to following each other on social media and leaving death threats. Then it went to going live and making videos with each other, making death threats. It's never that deep, fam. It's never that deep. If y'all really about that life, if you really got an issue with that person, leave it in the street, man. If you were famous, even if you're not a famous person or no famous person, leave it in the street. Leave it in the street. There's no need to bring it to the forefront because you know what that creates? That creates, especially with the famous rappers and gang members, that leaves a fan base to not only pick sides, but to comment on things that they don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of y'all get mad that certain people go live and in the comments you got people talking about their dead homies, talking about, F them, this, that, and the third, who up the bam, that people get mad, talking about y'all some fan niggas or this, that, and the third. But it's you all that put that energy out there for the fans to do that. The same way their fans is jumping on your live and in your comments, talking down about you and your homies, your fans doing the same thing on their videos. Nobody seem to have issues when things is on their side, when things are going the way that they like it to go. You want your fans to go to the other people and be talking mess. But the moment their fans come to you and start talking mess, it's a problem. Oh, bro, y'all probably ain't even in the hood like that. Y'all probably some suburban white kids. Ooh, it don't matter what they are. Y'all stop putting that energy out there. It won't come to you. You won't get it to you. At this point, it's too late. Like, the fans is the fans now. People didn't pick sides. People are saying what they want to say. People is getting into it on social media behind this. People are really like, people are really really getting into this, like getting into it on social media about this with each other. I have people come for me all the time on YouTube for some of the comments that I leave, as far as like, I've always been the type that can see from both sides. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what my personal opinion is. I can always see things from both sides. But the fans get so invested into what's going on, they don't see from both sides. So the moment you come on talking that cordial mess, or you showing that you can be, you know, that you can see from both sides, they automatically look at that as you taking the other side. You're in agreeing with what they saying, so therefore you against them because you ain't with them. That's how you're looking at it. If you ain't with us, you're against us, type of thing. And it's like, I'm not with either side. Like, I'm usually fans of both sides, whoever's beefing. I'm usually a fan of both. The only way I'm not a fan of both is if I don't know who either party is, or I don't know what the other side, or I don't know who the other side is. Like, never heard of them before until the situation got brought up. So, but with that being said, man, look, in this new year, there's a lot of things that just got to be different, man. We just got to move different. And it's one of the first videos I wanted to make talking about this type of thing, because I feel like it's one of the the biggest things that killed a lot of our young rappers who had promising careers that was cut short due to just social media beef. Social media makes everything 10 times worse. 10 times worse. When people was beefing in the street and we know nothing about it, people died at a real slow pace because it wasn't outsiders instigating. The whole world wasn't looking at it, instigating, like, oh man, he killed him, what y'all gonna do now? You didn't have that pressure to feel like, oh, we gotta do something because the fans gonna think we this, or the fans gonna think we that. Nah, that stuff used to be in-house, where it was like, well, what caused that? Well, why they ride on homie? This, that, and the third. Let me go call that big homie, see if we can just put it into it and squash it, depending on what happened. You know what I mean? Like, depending on what happened. Now, if your homeboy went off and did something stupid, got himself killed, it was times where the gang would chalk it up as a loss. Like, all right, we'll take that, bro. Well, look, from one big homie to the next big homie, we gonna take that L, and we gonna keep it pushing. No drama, no wars. But we don't have nobody to make them calls. Nobody is making them calls. Now it's eye for an eye. You kill one, we gonna kill two. Oh, you kill two, we gonna kill three. Oh, you kill three, and just keep going back and forth. And then with social media, like I said, it makes it worse because the fans is now looking. The fans is now looking. I've seen people all on Dirk and Memo and Breezy and all them O Block and 600 and OTF and Lamron. I've seen from Sosa to Reese, everybody, Ball Out, all of them. Everybody was on all their pages, all their YouTube videos, anything they did, their lives, they was on them. Y'all got to get that get back. Y'all got to get that get back for Von. Bruh, I ain't even going to say half. I'm pretty sure about 99% of y'all that's saying that. Maybe even 100%, because ain't no real nigga telling nobody on no internet to go do something. That's just stupid. So I'm going to say 100%. I'm pretty sure 100% of y'all ain't even about that life. Probably never been and never will be. And you just sit at home from the comfort of your computer or your phone and you watching this stuff play out. It's all entertainment to you. It's kind of like a never-ending TV show. It's kind of like a never-ending of your favorite TV show. That's what it is. It's your favorite TV show with no ending. It just keeps going, and you just keep getting entertained by it. And you rappers is dumb. And not only just the rappers, the everyday street nigga that go in there and do the same thing. All of y'all that's using social media to instigate beef or to bring something to the internet. Why are you bringing it to the internet, bro? Once again, you telling on yourself, you telling on your people, and you telling on your ops at the same time. Ain't nobody snitching on y'all no more, bro. There's no more snitches, man. Y'all snitching on yourselves. Y'all snitching on yourselves. There's very few snitches left. There's no need for them. There's no need for snitches. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but there's no need for snitches anymore. Y'all throwing everything to social media. If you a regular dude like me and you just got street beef, why you bring it to social media? Know what I mean? If you in the streets and you got beef, why you bring it to social media? If you famous and got beef, leave it off social media. You already on social media. It's part of your job. It's what you got to do. Leave the beef off of it, though. Fall back from that, man. It's too much going on for you to make it out somewhere and you still dealing with street stuff. The goal is to make it out. And a lot of y'all make it out and forget the goal is to stay out. And y'all go right back in it. I ain't want to make this video too long. I don't want to rant too long. And I feel like I'm ranting too long. But the point of this video was, man, stop taking stuff to social media and stop banging with your kids, man. That's it. If you make it to the end, you know what it is. Like, share, subscribe, comment. And until next time, I holla.